Anonymous Summer. That thread filled up way too fast, lol. I'm sure he didn't mean it. Wait, never mind. He was totally ignoring the guy. The image link from the last thread already broke. Re-uploaded, you bastard. I figured someone would do it eventually. Maybe this is it for the gigs. Yeah, I can't level up there no matter how many times you win. Where's the damn image? What's with the guy supporting Macbeth? I don't get why you would want to encourage this. You never stop being annoying. That is common sense, but in that case, why does Nomad get special treatment? This is all outside the law anyway, so there's no point preaching morals. Go to sleep, guys, lololol. Why aren't we all talking about how amazingly strong Macbeth's son is? I'm super hyped to see Nomad's fight now. People don't really care when Nomad does it because he's just that kind of guy, though he probably knows the organizer too. That's normal. The guys acting self-righteous about this are just idiots. Not that I'm a Macbeth fanboy or anything. Hi, Macbeth! What do you mean, hi, Macbeth? The long, steep road up to our school. Partway up is a terrace. From there, I look down at the city. Just before sunset, the skyline sinks into a light grey and vermilion. The Takakura suspension bridge catches light reflected by the Naruko River. Hey, it's Hisoka. A voice from behind me. If this place has a flaw, it's that the view is too good. I completely failed to notice her walking up behind me. Ah, sorry, you didn't have to come out here on a sick day. Behind me, she's wearing her normal clothes, a fresh look. A denim jacket and hot pants, arranged so as to reveal part of her midriff. The gap between this and the school uniform feels like a slight cultural shock. I see, good to hear. For a moment, my eyes are glued to her. After exchanging a few words, I felt the usual awkward silence, but for once, Soejima was the first to break it. Well, you were missing from school again right away, so... Soejima has a lot of sick days, but today the empty seat bugged me. Someone's space, someone's absence, someone's vacancy. What really bugs me is my memories of this weekend. You sure? Well, either way, I was worried. Not happy? She corrects herself quickly. Glad to hear it. The red evening sunlight throws off my sense of color. Soejima follows my gaze. Yeah, it is. From far away, the buildings look like a diorama. Somewhere in the city, someone else's. I think that's the question I get asked most often. A thesis on the human condition entitled I'm Hungry. Glory, justice, sentiment, subjects that never get discussed until after you're clothed and fed. I'll pay. Any requests? It's fine. I got some spare cash recently, so my wallet's gaining equity. She adds a question mark for some reason. What would that be? Warm and soupy? A faint but unyielding desire. It doesn't sound easy at all. In fact, that's quite hard on the body. I think of a certain Greek city-state. Okay, I'll just pick something at random. Soejima and I walk side by side into the city. Uniformed students on their way home are the most noticeable pedestrians. The suits will start multiplying a few hours later. We walk down a brick alleyway together like a movie couple. There used to be a Thai place here. A relatively new sign, and the coloring is so strong I almost sweat. The gaze of a cat targeting prey. I half expect her to stretch out her neck. Okay, we'll go. Conclusion, she's significantly easier to understand than she looks. Preparations complete. The setting sun has a cayenne color. Oh, that sweat feels kinda nice now. That the green curry looked calm and refreshing at first glance, but it was the largest mine I could have stepped on.
はい。
Thanks. Soejima hands me a can of juice. Is this carbonated?
うん。
Additional damage with zero malice. I can really feel that. Spices have tortured my tongue and now the stimulation of soda runs rampant over it. The evening breeze feels good on my sweaty face. Did you bring your medicine?
うん。
She drops quite a few tablets into her can of juice. They remind me of Kagume's diet supplements for some reason, though Soejima actually needs hers, so maybe I shouldn't compare the two.
今日はありがとう。楽しかった。
Without any embarrassment, just like when she looks up at the sky, Soejima's cool gaze is blinding. I owed you for the workbook too. That was a huge help.
そう。
兄ちゃん兄ちゃん、あれあれ
I hear a familiar voice up ahead.
秋人さん
Hey, oh yeah, that's Isawa's little sister, isn't it?
あんなやつを
He's
名
here
前
too.
で呼ぶな。親しすぎるだろう。
A lively voice and a displeased voice. The mismatched pair greets us. One waves with a smile, the other is brutally unsociable. Thanks for visiting me in the hospital. You too, Oni-sama.
てめえ、まさか。
He glares at me and his sister. I know what you're thinking, and it's a misunderstanding. I'm not suicidal enough to lay a hand on this guy's sister. Making the impossible possible isn't my style.
彼女さんですか
An odd question. Just a classmate. For now. A safe answer.
へえ秋人さんの知り合いの妹で伊沢恵子です。
クラスメイトです。
Someone pulls my sleeve. Hmm?
ダメじゃないですか。彼女って言ってほしかったんですよ。
She did?
そういうの女の子同士だとすぐ分かっちゃうもん。
Yeah, right. Girls must never be underestimated. I sort of believe her, but not quite. Suddenly, I feel a sharp gaze piercing through me.
おい、
Pipe down, Siscon.
違う。そうじゃねえ。
He's lowering his voice. His eyes are dangerous. I smell an early night breeze.
どういうことだてめ
Huh?
え。返答によっちゃ、ただじゃ済まさね
I still don't know what you mean. I follow Isawa's gaze. I see the skyline beyond the park. The Takakura suspension bridge looks the same as ever. Did he see a UFO or something? Soejima hums a familiar melody, the theme song to an old movie. I think it was called Beyond the Rainbow. That surprised me completely. I didn't think she was the type to hum. Her shallow gaze turns toward the western sky. It's burning like a Van Gogh painting. Isawa's gaze is as prickly as a hedgehog. Seriously, I have no idea what you're mad about.
え。帰るぞ、ケイコ。
うん、喧嘩はダメだよ、兄ちゃん。
Isawa walks away quickly, leaving Keiko baffled. Bye, Keiko-chan.
じゃあね、秋人さん。彼女さんも。
She waves goodbye as she yells and rushes to catch up. I feel like I've been left in a trap.
クラスメイトって言ったのに、
Yeah,
そう見えたのかな。
we might have.
じゃあ、
The warmth of her fingers, an unreliable connection is formed. You wanna walk like this? She's blushing. That's cute. Soejima nods, no words. For some reason I get the feeling her cheeks are a bit redder, but that's probably just a trick of the sunlight. I start to walking and gaze at the following river. It's calmer than the wind right now. What was Isawa's problem, I wonder? We walk through the park for quite a while. Light purple air after the sun sets. The statue of a winged goddess meets us at the end. Sorry, does this bring back memories? The incident 5 years ago. I know Soejima's self-harming is connected to that, and yet... A monument for the dead souls. For some people it has the opposite of the intended effect.
ううん。大丈夫。
She looks up at the monument from slightly below me.
誰も過去からは逃げられないから。いつでも私とつながっている。水場くんと私がつながってるように、生きてきた時間はなかったことにはできないから。
Soejima's words always seem to resonate deep within me, because she's the same as me. It doesn't matter whether people face the past or turn their backs on it. It's just a bunch of facts lying beside us at all times.
このモニュメント
Hmm?
好きじゃない。
Well, I guess the design is questionable. God, an equilibrium for all this world's contradictions. A bottomless bag you can put anything in. If you look inside, it's empty.
壊してみたい。
Oh, you like to break it? Break it?
そう。二人で。
Together?
そう。私と水輪くんで。
A faint smile appears on Soejima's face. She looks like a happy child.
水輪くんと共犯者になりたい。
I return home. Benio's not back yet. I'm alone. My left hand. I remember the slight warmth that clung to me. I don't feel like checking the internet. I don't want to wipe out my feelings today with the heavy burden of reality. We won our second match in the Avatar gig on Saturday. In one of the higher ranked matches, Macbeth's commune crossed the line. They destroyed the opposing Avatar. The festival has an unwritten rule not to kill. Until now, only Nomad was able to escape that because sacrifices were being chosen for it. Macbeth broke that taboo. They ignored the order to stop and completely destroyed the other Avatar. The other commune's group, Death, is already on the news. The commune's attitude toward the gigs changed overnight. Some praised them, others denounced them. Those who watched the gigs are interested in only one thing: the fate of Macbeth now that they've committed that sin. Plus, it will get harder for the Roundtable to keep ignoring the gigs. Fights between avatars in which no one died. The one point justifying those gigs has utterly collapsed. Breaking a rule created a tiny ant-sized hole. Will it close up again, or is it the first step toward a new chaos? For now, everyone watches with bated breath. My cell phone rings. A contradictory sound of anticipation and unease scrambled together. Yoshimori? This is unusual. Did something happen? The sounds of the city melt into the electromagnetic waves between our phones. My heart beats cold. One more puzzle piece. You were with that Nishiogi guy? Nishiogi's group, they did feel a little like a commune. Yeah, they did. It was quite similar for us. Strength is a relative thing. It depends on the opponent. We'd probably lose. I just don't see us beating it. That's my honest opinion. We're the types of people that have to come up with reasons to kill someone so we can fight that thing. Silence beyond the phones. Disappointment, resignation, puzzlement amidst that chaos of emotions. A faint hope forms in her dark voice. Wait, you mean your commune is? What? Haha! A dry, weak laugh, that's all I can produce. A familiar rule, all sorrows and all joys are equally probable here. Of course not. Well, I was kinda surprised. It's been nothing but surprises since we got connected. I don't know how much longer I can keep up with it. If you want us to throw a match, it will depend on the price. I get an unexpected glimpse of her true self. She is so defenseless that I hesitate for a moment. That's it? Nothing else? Don't you have more to say to me? Isn't there more I should say? A heavy emotion builds in my chest. There's nothing I can do about this. That's right. I've known this for a long time. We are all this helpless. But there should still be something I can... A heavy silence conveys her resolve. What can I say to someone who has already made up her mind? Alright. My powerlessness takes the form of those two words. She hangs up. I felt Yoshimori's existence at my ear until just a moment ago. She vanished in an instant. All that remains in my hand is a tiny cell phone. No matter how far we advance in the world, we are still islands scattered in a black sea. Other people are always completely separate beings. I punch a wall, my irritation turns into meaningless action. Strangers, the gap between them can't be filled. All we can do is clumsily reach toward each other. I can hear Benyu at the door.
ただいま。もうご飯食べた？
A secret I can't tell anyone. Benyu's voice feels distant. The weekend, the night of the festival, arrives once more. We are still relatively new, but even we can tell something feels different tonight.
今回は出なくて正解かもね。メインイベント以外見る気なしって感じだし。
99% of the crowd is only here to see the final match. The maid still manages to stand out amongst all of them. Whenever she walks through the grandstands, the men give her wild, beastly gazes.
伊沢地とは結局連絡つかなかったんですか？
Yeah, I've texted him 5 times this evening, but nothing.
しかめるわかりやす。
Izawa didn't answer my texts or my calls. Since we couldn't get everyone together, we aren't participating tonight.
本当にやるの？そのマクベスとノーマット。
Macbeth published a challenge on the internet, and the gig's organizer accepted. Everyone is here to see what happens in tonight's final match. They will. I recall Yoshimori's voice on the phone a few days ago. A fate she can't escape, 5 bullets loaded in a single magazine. In exchange for the feeling of omnipotence you get from that tremendous power, you also get a sense of despair because you can't escape it. No one can understand that weight without experiencing it themselves. If 3 of the 5 want to risk their lives, Yoshimori has to fight no matter what she wants.
やけに確信持って言っちゃうんだ。
Haru's voice feels distant too. Yoshimori's voice fills my mind. I felt something like a faint hope when I heard it, like a tiny light she found within her resignation. Victory, that's her only path to a future. The only thing a prisoner's eyes can yearn for is the sky outside their window. That's why Yoshimori felt like doing it after talking to me. She's gambling that she can beat Nomad, that she can fight, win, and survive.
なんかテンションボロボロ。もしかしてこの前の私のが映っちゃった？
Maybe. Take responsibility for it.
落ち込み特効薬。
She raises her right hand high.
もしかして伊沢さんがいないせいですか？
The hell? The tiny girl suddenly speaks strange things.
普段はいがみ合い血の雨を降らすけども、意識し合ううちに互いへ依存する関係になっていたというあれです。それって男の子同士のあれ？八百屋じゃなくて。
Yaoi. Benyu-san blushes happily. Happily. I'm never crossing that line, much less with Izawa.
にしてもさ、今夜は緊張感ないよね。
Haru yawns widely. Her chest looks like it could explode out of her costume at any moment.
最後にリアルの殺し合いがあるんだから無理ないか。
刺激の習慣化は中毒と呼びます。
今だし、おはるさん、カジノスペースでかけてこようっと。あ、それ私も乗った。まゆまゆも行く？
この年で博打に手を染めるほど落ちてません。とっとと有り金ドブに捨ててきやがれです。
The regular avatar fights quietly pass by. A strange, violent mood rises as time passes. It's always like this on nights with Nomad. Blood, 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 blood. The crowds want a color that's been hidden away from everyday life. They dream of the moment when the sacrificial lamb's throat is torn open and its still beating heart is ripped out of its chest. I push the selfish madness aside to a distant corner of my mind. I try to fear the existence of that girl, waiting for her date with death on which she's bet her future.